It's time for Quick Calls with Mike the Ref on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network.
Hey folks, it's Mike the Ref, the true and original referee, here at the Alberta Avenue Hall I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit in a daze right now. Monster Pro Wrestling just wrapped up here, and I'm at a loss of words here. Brian, maybe you could explain to these guys why right now.
I think it's because we had a tag team that went from heel to being cheered tonight, which is very strange for us.
I want to throw a few swear words out here about how much I don't believe it, but
yeah.
But like, is it going to start snowing? Is it hailing frogs? Prepare for the apocalypse, guys. Grab two and run for the border. But we had 6 matches tonight, and I'm just trying to get my head wrapped up so we can get this going properly here. And as you heard, that is the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton, with me here.
Always a pleasure, man. What a great show we had tonight, guys.
And special shout out to Andre C., who missed the show tonight.
Yeah.
You missed of all nights to miss this one.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Come on.
This is, like, not right. But anyway, let's get to the matches here. We started off with a 3-on-2 handicap match. The team known as the Cats Meow, Nasty Nate Nixon, and in his debut match in MPW, Privileged James Crowder.
Yeah.
A rather interesting headgear these guys came in with, too.
Very.
But, they defeated the Weapons of Mass Seduction when Crowder was down for the pin and covered by one of the weapons. Nasty Nate Nixon, thanks to the distraction by Soraya. Psycho Soraya, of course. Nixon reversed the cover into a crucifix-type cover for the 1-2-3 and the victory. I'd have to say, for a couple newcomers here, they did have a rather solid match to start off. Nothing overly crazy in it, but definitely very solid and proving that they are a team to be dealt with here in MPW.
Oh, yeah. It was a great way to open the show. It got the crowd going tonight. And, my God, these two rookies, Nasty Nate
Nixon,
and the Privileged James Crowder, my God, they were actually I was very impressed with them tonight. They were taking on the Weapons of Mass Seduction, which is, well, they're okay, but not the greatest. But hell, it's still a great opening contest. You got the crowd going. Very impressed with seeing Nasty Nixon and Privileged James Crowder. Hope to see more of them.
Well, under the tutelage of Kato and Psycho Soraya, things can only go but up for these guys here right now.
Exactly, and this was James Crowder's first debut match in MPW, so very impressive showing for him tonight.
Absolutely, and going on from there, we had our first women's match tonight. Folks, we had 2 women's matches tonight.
Yeah.
Let's grab 2 of each body and run for the bastard border, because we never see that. So, first of all, we had Angelica and Psycho Soraya in a matchup here. Now, these two are very familiar with each other. They have fought on numerous occasions before. Thanks to Kato, who showed up at ringside, planting a chair in between the second and third rope in the corner, Psycho Soraya takes Angelica, shoves her into the chair, causing a disqualification. So Angelica does pick up the win, but it does cost her dearly. Before we get to one of my highlights of this match here, Brian, what were your thoughts on the matchup?
I thought it was a decent match between the two. Like you said, these two girls, they do not like each other. They hate each other with a passion, and it showed tonight. They were really, literally going at it tooth and nail, back and forth. And then, like you said, Kato had to come out, get involved, put a chair in the corner. Psycho Sawyer used it. Yeah, and the ref seen it. She got DQ'd. Angelica picks up a huge win, but like you said, it cost her in the end because what they did afterwards, it looked like they were trying to permanently take her out of action for a long time.
Now, throughout this match here, you had the smaller Soraya taking on the powerhouse Angelica, but Angelica was getting beaten on specifically her shoulder. That was the point of emphasis by Soraya, with numerous attacks, whether it be into the ring post, shots to the arm bars, and that chair went right into that arm as well.
Yeah.
And the part that really impressed me, and the part that I'm really worried to see if Angelica is going to be able to make it to the next show, is she put on a move that ROH fans will appreciate, Bryan Danielson's cattle mutilation.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't familiar with the move, it is a half Nelson when the wrestler's on the ground and you flip over. So basically you're lying face to face with the arms stretched out. It is a very painful maneuver to be in and focuses on that shoulder, the one that got chewed up earlier throughout the match here.
Oh yeah, very. And I just hope Angelica's okay after the beating she took, because that arm really took a beating tonight, and it didn't look good when she was leaving the ring tonight.
And the only reason she got saved was the interjection of Samantha and Sydney Steele with a few weapons in hand as well. So I got a feeling that the feud between Angelica and Saraya isn't over, and throw in Samantha and Sydney Steele, Kato into the mix here. There's going to be a whole list of possibilities here.
It's unbelievable. I can't wait to see what happens with these ladies now. It's unbelievable.
Okay, so let's move on from there. And folks, I got to take a second to breathe here because I still can't freaking believe this happened.
What the hell happened during this match?
All right, let me set this up. This is for the MPW Renegade Tag Team Championships. Originally, it was scheduled to be a singles match, a single tag match, between the newly formed team of the Birds of Prey, known as Kid Cyrus and Mystic, taking on the champions tag struggle. Shaun Martens and Meniac was the combination here tonight. Now, the Birds of Prey did earn this spot with a victory at the Italian show on the 27th of August. Yes, Meniac, I didn't make it. You owe me chops, I understand. We'll deal with that later. But then all of a sudden we're about to start the match here, and the Sexy American Superstars come out. The 2017 Leo Burke Cup champion Steve Rivers and the Big Sexy Beast Bradley Graham. Now they're going through a big whatchamacall for how we deserve this title. You guys, all you do is cheat. Talking about tag struggle, and Parrish got on the mic and like I said before, I can't believe it. The entire crowd was cheering Chris Parrish.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry. Every time I say that, I'm looking up here for frogs flying from the heavens here, because I swear something's not right. But at that moment, this match became a triple threat match here, and this crowd went insane about it.
They did.
Now, this match went back and forth where Meniac ended up being the guy taking the majority of the punishment throughout the match. I can't believe I'm going to say this either. A hot tag to Shaun Martens.
Yeah.
Later on in the matchup, and that crowd erupted over it. I'm sorry, folks. Normally I can call things right down the middle here, but this just throws me right off for a loop here.
Big time, my God.
Now, in the end, you had both the Birds of Prey, the Sexy American Superstars, and the Struggle ended up going to the outside. The Birds of Prey managed to come back in. Kid Cyrus ended up landing on the Struggle, going from the top rope to the outside with a cross body. And you had Mystic go up to the top, hit a cross body on on Bradley Graham in particular. Sorry, he got caught, but a super kick by Kid Cyrus onto Bradley Graham knocks him down. Mystic gets in the ring. Referee counts 10, which is a unique thing for MPW. Triple threats can be won by countout. Don't ask me, folks. I'm still looking for the MPW rulebook here.
Exactly.
But they did get the victory here by countout, but they are not the tag team champions. Those are maintained by the Struggle. Now that I've gone through all this, Brian, what are your thoughts on the match itself?
Overall, it was a really good match between these three teams. Very impressed with the Birds of Prey for teaming up for the first time, and this American Sexy Superstars or whatever, they were very impressive too. Like you said, they pretty much worked over Meniac most of the match. Rivers and Graham, and well, in the end, no. Somehow the Birds of Prey, they got a win, and I think that puts them in line for a title shot, definitely, because it was supposed to be one-on-one, and then you get the American Super Sexy Beasts interfering and or interjecting themselves into this match, which made it a triple threat, but still overall very good.
So, Brian, it is the Sexy American Superstars. I know that you are flustered over this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's still mind-boggling. Sorry.
It is downright shocking to me what happened here, but I do want to give credit where credit's due. The Birds of Prey, hell of a team, worked well together. But one guy that I have chastised on this podcast, and one guy that I've talked about his matches being okay, but anything over extraordinary. Shaun Martens really stepped up in this matchup, yes. I find. His work rate was a lot better than what I've seen in previous months, and I was thoroughly impressed with what came up there as part of this tag team matchup here. You got any thoughts, Brian?
Oh, actually, overall, great match. Like you said, all three teams vying for the titles, put on an impressive showing tonight, but I'm still in shock because
all right, well, you're in shock. We know. We're all in shock here right now.
Crazy night.
Now I know what Jerry Lawler calls this bizarro land, but exactly. Moving on to our next match, we had the Women's Championship at stake here.
My God.
The champion, Sexy Samantha, taking on KJ Cash.
Wow.
And this is KJ Cash's second singles match, period. Yeah. We saw the first one as part of CWC in Blackfalds, as people are starting to rev up the generators because we think the power's running out with the apocalypse coming here. This match was a lot closer than I thought it would be, to be perfectly honest with you. KJ, I thought, would be overmatched with a veteran like Sexy Sam, but she really took it to the champion. And I honestly thought that there was going to be a title change here. But in the end, a quick, small package out of nowhere, getting the 1, 2, 3. Now, before we get to what happened after the match, your thoughts on the match overall, Brian?
Oh, very impressed with both these ladies. They put on a hell of a good match, back and forth between these two. It showed like these two ladies do not like each other, and it showed. And I'm very, very impressed with KJ Cash. She is impressing me every time I see her. I'm very impressed with her, and Sexy Sam is good, as great as always to see her. And in the end, she retained her title. But you said the ending after the match.
Oh, good. Well, my thoughts are very simple here. KJ, we ended up giving her a little bit of grief last time in her match because she looked like she was a little rushed. She put the pressure on too much, and it looked like nervousness. This was a real change in character tonight. Yes. It was a lot more pace, a lot more slowed down, a lot more in control, and it really showed. She was a ring general in there and took full advantage. But my God, after the match,
holy crap!
She was in shock because she lost the match, and then lines up for the super kick from hell.
My God.
Folks. She's got a deadly pair of legs, and I'm not talking about that in any other manner, but the fact that she will kick your face off.
My God.
She hit a step up enziguri during the match, a lot of hard side kicks, but then that super kick to Sam's face. I'm wondering if Samantha's still counting her chiclets there on the side. I seriously think that she might be missing a few teeth here, which means this feud is definitely far from over.
Exactly. You know, if KJ would have hit that earlier in the match, we'd be here talking about a new MPW Sirens Women's Champion tonight. But She didn't get it. Sam got her with the small package, but like you said, she literally laid her out at the end with that super kick, and my God, it's vicious.
Now, from there, we go to intermission, and then coming out of intermission, we had a fatal four-way for the provincial championship.
Yeah.
A little bit in shock here as well, because you got the champion, Dean Richter, taking on Cato, taking on the real deal, Sydney Steele, and taking on a good guy, Chris Parrish. I can't still freaking believe I'm saying that.
I know, it's crazy.
How about that, eh? Tag Struggle now is for the people. How great is that?
Oh, it's awesome.
Thank you, Brian.
Now, this is... I'm still looking up, waiting for frogs to come down here, because I never thought I would say that.
Why would Frenchmen be falling from the sky?
Hey, doesn't mean we have to be nice to everybody.
Point made.
Yes.
And yes, I'm waiting for that chop to hit me sometime here, but...
I'm saving it. We'll save it for later.
I'd swear right now, but
Quit being such a negative Rachel and be more of a positive Ross.
Exactly.
Touche.
Is that a Friends reference?
Yes.
High
yes.
five. Yeah! Tag Struggle!
Guys, your thoughts on the match tonight?
Well, I mean, I didn't know you could get counted out in a triple threat, but...
Apparently that's MPW rules.
Hey, at least we didn't lose the titles like apparently we thought we did.
I'm still looking for the MPW rulebook for you guys, honestly. I've been looking for this for a few months here to clarify that.
But either way, I mean, we're over. Sold some merch, kicked some ass.
Damn right.
And back at her next month.
You got any words for...
What did you think of the match?
I was...
But it's over.
Oh, trust me, when you listen back to this to my earlier review, you're going to be over-impressed. Yes.
Yeah!
Woo!
Why am I feel like I'm being put in a bad place somewhere here, but...
Yeah, and this is not candid camera. This is real life.
Yes.
But
I think this is a little bit of all right.
This is struggle-licious.
Yes, it is.
I just can't wait to see the follow-up to this. Do you have any words for the sexy American superstars who decide to come out here and make this a triple threat?
Well,
Atkins diet.
don't know. You know how much protein's in that? That's disgusting.
You were stuck behind Bradley Graham. That smelled.
It'd be worse with the Atkins diet.
I don't know.
Just saying.
I don't know.
Point is, you're not sexy. You're way too American. Donald Trump is stupid. Go back to where you belong. And that's, I mean, can we say Houston? Is that too much?
It's a little wet. It's a little wet.
It's a little bit. Well, let's change topics here.
Okay.
The winners were the Birds of Prey tonight, though, and they're
The
gonna
luchadorable birds of prey. They are luchadorable.
they're lining up for another tag title shot with you guys.
You know what? That's cool. I mean, as weird as these rules were, they guess technically won. So bring them on.
I got one thing. Epic Wood, what happened to those guys? They came up against Tag Struggle, and now where are they?
Yeah.
Same thing's going to happen to the Luchadorables.
Same thing with Alpha and Omega. Where's half of them?
I don't want to be honest, guys, I don't want to think about Epic Wood tonight because that's probably Andre at home right now thinking about what happened tonight.
There is nothing epic about that wood. If anything, that's the splinters left over at the bottom of the sea from Titanic.
And on that note, I'm gonna wish you guys the best of luck tonight because I can see
us off?
I see somebody behind you about ready to kick your ass for not helping clean up the ring here.
Well,
He'll wait. He'll wait.
we just wanted to get on here and plug. We have merch. Hopefully we'll have more next month. You can go to whatamaneuver.net, get our t-shirts, vintage, OWE, and original Tag Struggle.
Including Baby Snuggies.
Baby Snuggies.
I'm actually gonna go buy a shirt now after this tonight. I think that's
Right?
I'm gonna need a sweater because of all the snow that's gonna fall now.
I'd also like to mention that on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network, you can find the best podcast on there, The Sounds of Struggle.
It comes out every Thursday, sometimes Wednesday night if you're feeling froggy.
Depends how busy.
Here we are back
Exactly.
But we got some other announcements that I'm dealing with this bugger with later. But
We'll take off. You guys have a good night. It's beer time, baby.
Tag Struggle!
oh my goodness,
Oh my God,
this
that's
podcast.
great.
This podcast has officially gone off the rails here.
Holy crap.
All right, let's reset this back here. We had a fatal four-way match here between Dean Richter, Sidney Steele, Cato, and Chris Parrish for the provincial championship. Now, Chris Parrish being the good guy here, playing up to the crowd. You had Cato getting mauled over by everybody. Dean Richter doing everything he can to hang on to that title. He's held it ever since the Leo Burke Cup 2016.
Yeah.
It's the longest title reign at the time at MPW. But in the end, you got Sidney Steele, who manages to take advantage of Chris Parrish doing his patented dive off the top rope onto Cato on the outside. He was joined by the Cat's Meow. They all got landed on. So they're out of the match. Richter goes for that rolling elbow of his. Steele ducks it, hits the super kick, and then goes into that German suplex.
Yeah.
Typical, it would be a two-man finisher that he normally has with Tyler James.
Yeah.
But he did it all himself and got the 1-2-3, and your brand new provincial champion, the real deal, Sidney Steele. Your thoughts, Brian?
Oh, I thought this match was really good because basically you had Cato and Dean Richter.
Yeah, this match was absolutely incredible. But speaking of incredible, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and I'm not saying this just because Andre C. was texting me the whole time here after I told him what happened. Mr. Chris Parrish, what has come over you? I'm just going to say straight up.
Well, when you win title after title after title, and then PWI calls you and say, hey, we need to make a list, and we need you on it.
Mr. 495.
We, 2 years in a row, so I think I own that.
Yeah.
Trademark, whatever.
Shout out to Bobby Sharp 491.
Yeah, but he fell. I didn't fall.
All right.
And I got drunk with him like 2 days ago, so it's all good. But yeah, you tend to be in a good mood.
Fair enough. I think this match here still puts you in line for a provincial title shot against the new champion, Sidney Steele, though.
Never got pinned. Never got pinned.
No.
And that, are you trademarking that splash off the ring post now onto somebody in that corner there?
Well, don't you think I should?
Hey, I think you should.
Well, give me a name and we'll talk about commentary here, all right?
Well, if I didn't make money shots in porn look half-ass with that, I don't know what I can do.
On that note, I think we'll wrap that conversation up here.
What, you expected me to still keep things PG? Come on.
I should have known better. We're looking forward to hearing you
We're
on.
rated S for Strugglicious, bitch.
And there's Chris Parrish.
Oh, my God.
Brian, your thoughts on the match?
Overall, great match between all four of these competitors. Like I was saying, Richter and Kayla were teaming up most of the match, and then it was really weird to see Sidney Steele and Chris Parrish kind of being cheered by the fans to take on the Cato and Richter. But like you said, in the end, Sidney Steele, he got the huge win, new champion, and Richter. I gotta give all the kudos to Dean Richter. He held that title for
15
I was
months.
going to say approximately 12, 15 plus months. Impressive. But in the end, his reign came to an end. We got a new champion, but Dean Richter, very impressed. I was very impressed with his title reign. He said the longest title holder that we've had in MPW.
Absolutely here. But then we get to our main event. We had the MPW Heavyweight Championship on the line. And a special enforcer at ringside, Massive Damage. We had the Irishmen taking on Crazy Core with KJ Cash at ringside temporarily.
Temporarily, yeah.
Now, first thing that happens, Massive Damage comes in and demands to see the manager's license of KJ Cash. Rookie mistake, not carrying your license on you.
Exactly.
Folks, you get a DUI when you don't carry it. If you don't carry it in a wrestling match, you get kicked out of ringside. Now, this match was fairly even between both these guys because we know they've worked a ton against each other. This isn't something you haven't seen before for the first part of the match. But then all of a sudden, KJ Cash comes out again and slaps Massive Damage.
What the hell is she thinking?
And I honestly thought Massive was going to clock her, and frankly, I wouldn't have blamed her.
The look in his eyes when she slapped him, it was like he wanted to rip her friggin' head off her body and use it as a bowling ball.
Now, in the matter of this distraction here, the referee Kevin got hit with a clothesline. Yeah. Massive was out to check. KJ Cash came out with the slap. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Irishman hits the IRA. Once again, you would think automatic 1, 2, 3, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Nope. No referee. And Massive's too busy dealing with KJ that all of a sudden Dirty Dean Richter comes in the ring, whacks Irishman with the chair about 5 or 10 times.
Yeah.
All of a sudden Irishman's out. Crazy Core gets the cover. KJ's out there waking up the referee. Referee crawls over, counts the 1, 2, 3, but Irishman's foot was easily on the rope at 1.5.
Yes.
Massive comes out, proclaims that the match is going to continue. Commissioner, the Sicilian Assassin, comes out, declares the match is going to continue. Goes on for another minute or so, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Irishman hits that sidewalker side slam that, also known as a black hole slam, that is famous by Abyss and Crazy Core's finishing maneuver on top of it.
Yeah.
Gets the 1, 2, 3 and retains his title. Your thoughts on this crazy matchup?
It was insane. Like you said, these two do not like each other. They know each other inside and out. They've been feuding for over a year or more now, and like I said, they back and forth. A lot of interference in this match, but in the end, no. Justice did prevail. Irishman keeps his title. Who knows what's next for him, but I mean, I think there's a lot of challengers lining up for a shot at that belt too.
I will be honest here with you. This is the 1 year anniversary of when the Irishman got the MPW Heavyweight Championship.
It's crazy.
And it was earned sort of the same way that Crazy Core was going through it during the match. I thought we were going to have a similar thing to what we had last year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we had that finish the way it was. And I thought Massive... I was trying to question why Massive was out there to begin with. I know that the embassy was causing some problems, but I didn't think it was to that level. But hey, if you got the extra muscle at ringside, it's always good to help. But something just didn't seem right between Massive and the Irishman for a part of that.
It looked like we thought we might see a double cross, but it didn't happen tonight.
No, good on Massive. He's got some strong morals there.
Yeah.
But I wonder how long it's going to be before Massive decides that he wants that title.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have his Riptor factor because he used that already. But who knows? I think he's in line for a shot down the road with pretty much anybody else on this roster. They're all lining up for a shot at Irishman, and he's got a long list of contenders waiting to try and take that belt from him.
And everybody's lining up for Retribution coming up in November. So.
Oh, God, yes. We're just about there. Good to me.
All right, folks, time for our highlights of the night here. And you know what, Brian? I know what yours is going to be here. I've got a pretty good sighting here, but normally I steal this one, but you're going to take it. Go ahead.
I'm with the women's match. Actually, both women's matches we had tonight. Very impressed with all 4 ladies fought tonight. They put on a great show, and that's why we got a great division here at MPW. These 4 women that were battling in the 2 women's matches were showing why they want that title that Sexy Sam has. And Sexy Sam, she did keep her title for the women's title, and Angelica, well, she got the huge win over Psycho.
Hold on, we got the champ. We got the champ. We got to stop. Right. We got to talk to the champ here.
Hello, gentlemen.
Irishman, you got a cloverleaf there in the form of the Sicilian Assassin and Massive Damage, and regained we kept your title. Yes, I'm using great language today. How you feeling?
Well, I mean, Massive Damage was there just to make sure that the embassy didn't get involved, but they obviously had a plan for that. And I mean, I guess the Sicilian Assassin, like Nino, is just getting tired of all the cheating and everything that's going on, so he saw what happened and granted the match to be continued, so thank my lucky stars, I guess.
And you used the black hole slam to get the victory there. Core's finishing move. Is that sort of a statement to you that this is over with him?
Let's be honest, it's never going to be over with him.
Exactly.
Now, he crossed that line last month when he used the IRA against me. He tried it again tonight. But, a lot of people forget that me and Core were once paying.
Yeah.
Who do you think taught him that move?
Pretty
I
much,
did.
yeah.
So, I know how to use it.
He just can't hit it out of nowhere the same way that you guys can. It looks like somebody's dying over there, but I digress at that point. But who do you think is next in line here for a shot at the title, in your opinion?
I've already heard through the grapevine that Crazy Core is strongly protesting the fact that he pinned my shoulders for 3. And I do believe that the MPW head office is going to grant him another shot next month. Whether that happens or not, I don't know.
We'll get confirmation on that later on, guys. But,
so when you find out, you let me know.
Absolutely.
But you guys know me. I'm a fighting champion. I don't care who's next.
Right.
Anybody they put in front of me, I'll take on.
Well, it's 1 year this month that you got that title now.
No, I won it in
Well,
July.
sorry, it's 14 months.
14 already.
We were just talking about that earlier based on
wow.
now you've taken over the longest title reign right now.
Yes, I have.
Because Richter just lost his tonight.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about Retribution? Because I know that's a very special card for you coming up in 2 months.
Yeah, that's going to be big. I'm throwing my hat into the Ripper Royal, obviously. Everybody knows I'm no stranger to the Ripper Championship, so I'm going to be throwing my hat in for that, and we'll see. I know I've got to defend my title. I just don't know against who, and I don't know what kind of stipulation the match is going to be, but we'll find out as we get closer.
Absolutely, but Irishman, I know you want to go see if there's any medical assistance needed, or there's probably beer involved with somebody falling over like that, and I know you want to get near that. So
I sure do.
All right, well, thank you very much, Irishman.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night, all right? Thank you.
All right, folks, a rather weird interjection
exactly.
there. But yes, both women's matches, and I want to say the level of quality has been going up and up every month with these women. And
They keep getting better and better every time we see them. I'm very impressed with all 4 of them. We just need to get a few more, and it'll be great.
And you have Sexy Sam, who is the veteran here. You got Psycho Soraya, who has been around for a little bit, but man, is she working out well here.
Very.
And you got Angelica and KJ Cash, who I will say right now, both of them, # blue chipper.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And
Yep.
that super kick is an image that's going to be stuck in my head for a very long time.
Yes.
Now, my highlight of the night is going to go to that championship match.
Yeah.
The Irishman, Crazy Core. I'll be honest with you guys. I expected Massive to turn on Irish tonight.
I think we all did.
Things were just adding up so strangely at that point, and it seemed perfect. The fact that you can have guys that have been going to the show like this for so long, you keep them guessing like that and get us fooled.
It's awesome.
It's great. It's a great thing to happen. Now, we're going to have an honorary one on behalf of Andre C. here, and it's going to go to the tag title match for the mere fact that it's going to lock in with our surprise of the night with the tag struggle turning into good guys here, even though Andre said he's been a fan from the start, and now it's just people realizing that they are good guys. So, it was an absolute shocker and an absolute... I'm just glad they're on the right side now. So go out and buy some merch. They're good guys now. So
exactly.
But it's starting. The rainfall's starting to come. I think I just got hit with my first frog here.
I'll just
You know it's bad when Brian's starting to swear. So I'm going to thank the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton, and then I'll wrap the show up here.
Always a pleasure, and I can't wait to do this again.
Absolutely, and we are going to be doing this again next Saturday when the Canadian Coalition has their All or Nothing show from the Festival Hall in Red Deer, featuring the CWC champion Chris Parrish in a title versus hair match against Jack Pride. I know if I was in the match, I wouldn't have much to lose, but Jack has a lot to lose in this one,
yes.
including 4 other great matches, and I can formally announce now that the tag titles inaugural for CWC will be decided between the Wrecking Crew of Shaun Martens and Dean Richter taking on Leo London and Alex Vanna of the Gentlemen's Club. So that is going to be a match you're going to want to check out, folks. But also check out the Sounds of Struggle. They come out Wednesday, Thursday, whenever I have the energy to do it. At this time, I want to make a very special pre-announcement. At the Retribution show, November 4th, I do believe, from the Alberta Avenue Hall for Monster Pro Wrestling, on the Quick Call show, I will have a major announcement in regards to a special project I've been working on right now. And then, on top of that, November is going to be full of surprises. At the Canuck Pro Show on November 17th from Calgary, I'm going to be making a special announcement in regards to the future of the network here. And it's going to be an announcement that you guys are going to be very impressed with. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, see if I can throw a blown call show together. I keep saying I will, but I never do.
I've been waiting for a long time.
I got a lot of hot takes to take right now, but I got a lot of video to process too. So it's a little bit of mixture of both here. So don't forget Quick Calls, the struggle. You also have Jobbing Out with the Danimal. He's supposed to be sending me something here in the next couple days. So we're going to have a hell of a lot of stuff on the network coming up here. So this is Mike the Ref signing off, and I want to thank you all for joining us here. And just remember, if you're going to make a good call, make a quick call. And this has been Quick Calls from the Alberta Avenue Arena with Monster Pro Wrestling here on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network.
This has been Quick Calls with Mike the Ref on the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. Contact us on Facebook or check out edmontonspn.podbean.com.